Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Yeah! Holy shit! You're so loud. Oh my goodness.
Hi, I'm Patricia,
I'm Hayk.
and this is
Respective Perspectives. So, Patricia, we're a new podcast. You came up with the idea, though. So, how'd you come up with it?
So I was on a 6-hour Discord call with one of my friends, and we had a very deep conversation where we just talked about life and us living around the world. And I remember at the end of the conversation, I said, I wish I recorded it. And he also said the same thing. And so it gave me the idea of this.
So, what are we going to talk about in the podcast? What is it that you wish you recorded?
So we talked about our identity as people living around the world. And yeah,
International culture and stuff.
Yeah, and so that's actually our first series.
International identity. That's our first series.
Yeah.
The topics are going to get a bit more diverse over time, but it is just starting out with we're a bunch of kids with different cultures with a lot of mixed backgrounds, and we're all piled up in this one international school, and everyone kind of has their own background story. So that's what we wanted to share. When Pat told me about the idea, because I was not initially involved with the coming up of it, but she told me about it, and I was like, holy, that's great. I love that idea. That's a great idea. Also, I need cash money. Yeah. But I was like, I really like the idea. So I guess I'm helping out a little bit. I'm mostly the tech guy.
But Hayk is my best friend, and I am glad to be doing this with him.
You too, sir.
And I also want to point out that even though throughout the podcast we are wearing our school uniforms and we are shooting this in school, this is not ISM affiliated.
Yeah, that's a good clarification.
We do go to ISM, International School Manila.
Yep, in the Philippines. Might get CAS project out of this, but yeah.
So I'll talk about the structure of this podcast.
Go for it.
So each there's going to be multiple series, and within these series there are different episodes, and each episode has a different guest speaker.
Yeah, and only one of us will be hosting each episode, but it does occasionally swap. And then for the season finales, as I like to call it, we both host it because it's it's gonna be a very special guest every single time. So that's gonna be fun. But okay, let's talk about who are we? How are we connected to this podcast? How do we relate to our own topics? Who are you, Patricia?
So my name is Patricia Noza. I was born here in the Philippines in July of 2008. When I was 2 years old, I moved to San Diego, California. When I was 3, I moved to Fort Drum, New York. My dad was in the military.
A lot of young moving.
Yeah, and when I was 8, when I just turned 8, I moved to St. Albans, Vermont, which I consider to be my home.
To this day, is that home for you still?
I don't know. And that's something that we're going to talk about
exactly.
here.
That's what we're discussing with a lot of people.
And so last year, actually, mid-September of last year, I moved back here to the Philippines, and
welcome
it's
back.
been an experience. Yeah. And what about you, Hayk? Why are you here in the Philippines?
I'm Hayk. Not gonna pronounce my last name. I'm Hayk. I'm 16. I was born in June of 2008, June 19th. I was born in Armenia. I am Armenian. I'm fully Armenian by blood. I have an Armenian passport, and I lived there for the first 9 years of my life. Never really thought moving was an option at all. Until one day my parents were like, pack it up, guys. We're moving to the Philippines. What? And now I've been here for 7 years. And I don't know what I consider home either. I feel like it's such a flexible term for me.
Really?
I'm Armenian by blood. I'm Armenian by family. But my beliefs and my, I guess not even culture, but like just the people I grew up around with have set me up to go on a very non-typically Armenian path, but it's not even a Filipino path either because we're in an international school. So I don't, personally, I don't know what home is for me. And kind of the topic we're going for here is if you're someone out there, or you know someone out there that is also going through a similar, I guess, identity crisis is an interesting way to put it. They feel left out at a place they're in. Maybe they moved recently, or they're just generally a very culturally diverse person, and they just want to relate to someone. Definitely check out all the episodes for international identity, because there are some real wise and interesting people on there that we've already interviewed. And I can't wait to put those out because there's actually some interesting stuff.
And some series that you might be seeing sooner or later.
Aside
Our
from international identity.
passion projects. If you're a diplomat kid, there's a series
Ooh.
out there for you.
Oh yeah.
We have future careers in life after high school.
I'm super hyped for that one.
Yeah, and we have some people, we're already ready for that. And we also have religion, nationality, and patriotism, and the pros and cons of going to an international school.
Of which there are both. There's pros and cons, guys.
Yeah.
Private school isn't all fun and games.
That's facts.
So we gotta talk about that. Tell the world.
So,
So
I guess that's it.
that's it. Thanks for tuning in. Stay
Yes.
tuned because Series 1 International Identity will be rolling out soon, around the
Yes.
start of 2025.
Okay.
All right. So what do we do at the end of all our podcast episodes, Pat?
So we look at the camera, and for anyone watching, we want to let you know that you're enough.
You're enough.
So ready?
On three,
Three,
two,
two,
one.
one.
You're
You're
enough.
Thank you,
Thanks
and
for
we'll
tuning
see you
in.
soon.
We'll see you on the podcast episodes.
Bye.
Bye.